Okay, great. 2025 has already handed us some monumental moments. Just a week ago, the Springboks thrashed New Zealand, an extremely proud rugby nation, 43-10 in the ultimate comeback of all time. Earlier this year, Donald Trump was inaugurated as the 47th president of America. This is his second time in the presidential Oval Office. And when it comes to medical inventions, they've created a pacemaker so small it is the size of a grain of rice, which means you can put it in your skin with a standard syringe. But despite all of these bold, big headlines, the biggest milestone of all is right here today in this room. Please put your hands together as I welcome you to the 16th Annual African Property Investment Summit. I'm Ash Miller, and if you follow me online, you will know me as Ask Ash. I'll be your MC, your hype woman, and occasionally the person nagging you to come back from chatting with your colleagues. This year's theme is Growth Through Adventure, which in a nutshell is basically real estate in South Africa. It's bold, it's unpredictable, and it's packed with opportunities. The summit is about deal-making, networking, and turning great conversations into even greater projects. So don't just sit back and listen. We encourage you to join the conversation, ask questions. You never know, your next property deal might be sitting in the chair next to you. And of course, a massive thank you to our sponsors, especially our lead sponsor, Standard Bank. A few housekeeping bits before we dive in. We are currently in room 1. Everything on this track is going to happen here. There's also the hospitality forum in room 2, which is just behind us, and round tables with intimate Q&As in room 3 across the way. Tea, coffee, and snacks will be served at 11:25 right outside this room, and you will have 35 minutes to refuel, caffeinate, and network. Lunch will be 1:15 in the lobby that's inside the hotel, and when we come back from lunch, the hospitality forum will kick off in room 2. If at any point of the day you're unsure of where to go, you can just look for the QR codes on the screens, scan them, it has the agenda, you can figure out where you want to be and at what time. Also your name cards, they are NFC cards, so it's pretty much like when you tap and pay, you can just use it as your business card for the day. If you want to get someone's details, tap with your phone on their name tag and you'll get all their details into your phone. Just a reminder that this is an international conference, it's a collaborative space, so we want to keep discussions clear, thoughtful, and respectful. Take part, ask questions, share ideas, be in the conversation, and just a reminder to the speakers today, I'm going to be sitting in front and I am watching the clock. You'll have a clock here as well, and when you're going a bit over time, I'll stand up and just give you a bit of a hunch. Another reminder about the awards dinner this evening. The property sector is the only sector I know of that works hard but plays even harder. So tonight is going to be an absolute joy, and I'm sure you will have the best time when you go. Please remember to keep your phones on silent, and if you are posting on social media, use the hashtag API Summit 2025 so we can show the world what is happening here today. In case of emergency, you can stay calm, make your way to the reception of the hotel and go outside. As for the Wi-Fi, it's conference at Western, and the password is Western 2025. Okay, that's the admin done, so now we can get this adventure started before somebody sells this conference room. To start us off today is our lead sponsor, Standard Bank, represented by Marlene Pillay, who's going to give a welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. Morning, delegates, and many friends that I see in the audience as well today. Welcome to the 16th Annual API Summit. I find it quite surreal that another year has passed. As I prepared for the summit this year, I found myself reflecting on the extraordinary journey that I think we've all been through over the last 5 years. Like many of you, I felt a wave of exhaustion just thinking about the relentless cycle of recalibration and response since COVID. Yet what really stood out for me was not the hardship, but the spirit with which we met it. As African stakeholders in commercial real estate, we face many challenges. Real growth is never just about numbers on a balance sheet. It's about responding to human needs, fostering innovation, and having the resilience and courage to stay engaged, even when the path ahead is uncertain, which I think many of us can relate to. We've navigated complexity on every front, from macroeconomic headwinds, geopolitical shifts, elections across the continent, and the ever-changing tides of global trade. These challenges have tested not just our resolve, but have also revealed our collective commitment to building a better, more inclusive commercial real estate sector for Africa. So I thought today, as an opening address, it might be a good idea just to share with you some thoughts about directionally what we're seeing across the continent. And while 2024 might be categorized as being a turbulent year, 2025 is already showing signs of greater stability and optimism. Across East, West, and South and Central Africa, we are seeing operating conditions improve. We see risk ratings stabilize. We see stable to positive macro outlooks that are driving renewed activity. The signals are clear. Opportunities are emerging that are not just promising, but are truly investable and bankable. But for us to be able to bank and invest in these opportunities, we're going to need some disruptive problem solving. It's also quite notable that the volume and size of trades that we see are gaining momentum, much to the satisfaction of your capital providers, as scalability and volume remain important in capital allocation decisions. What excites me most, though, is the growing confidence within our domestic markets. While off a low base, we continue to see capital flows increasingly are being domestic. And this homegrown momentum is laying the foundation for attracting greater international investment. Unsurprisingly, and a thematic I can't ignore, is our sector is becoming more impact-driven, with projects that deliver real, tangible benefits to our communities. Projects that change lives, not just skylines, because long-term inclusivity and social upliftment makes for good business and economic sense. Sustainability in our sector is no longer a buzzword, it's a baseline. I think we are seeing the rise of born green real estate, development where sustainability is engineered in from the start, not just as an afterthought, but as a core value. It's also reassuring to see that despite the challenges, balance sheets have remained robust, leverage is well managed, and valuations are improving. The cost of debt relative to cost of equity is beginning to diverge. And while commercial real estate sector continues to compete with other sectors like energy and infra, these sectors are also catalyzing demand for new real estate stock. With greater stability, we are now starting to see some of the projects that have sat in pipeline over many years coming to fruition. They're becoming more viable, and we find these investment decisions are landing with more capital being allocated toward them. As appetite builds, we have no doubt that capital will follow. We are increasingly also seeing support from DFIs working to stimulate growth in critical segments like industrial and residential. Domestic developers and real estate investors are becoming more relevant and actively mobilizing to take advantage of these improving conditions. Domestic institutional capital, along with evolving pension fund mandates, are featuring as alternative capital sources chasing direct investment. We also find that regulatory environments to varying degrees are supporting direct investment in property, and that's not just in listed property funds, but in a myriad of options that allow for pension funds and others to diversify beyond bonds and stocks. At Standard Bank, and as we know as on the continent, Stanbic Bank, we remain deeply committed to supporting and accelerating the growth of the commercial real estate sector. We believe in Africa's story, and we are proud to enable capital flows across our key markets through the cycle. Staying engaged and invested is more important now than ever as patience and targeted strategies begin to bear fruit. We remain optimistic and resolute in our support of the commercial real estate sector across our key African markets and embrace our responsibility to foster collaborative growth and a buoyant sector. There is room for all of us to participate. The API aligns really well with these strategic imperatives, as it's always been about creating and enhancing connectivity by bringing together people, ideas, and capital that drive our industry forward. I think I've spoken for long enough, but I'd like to leave you with 2 messages going forward. It's let's use this opportunity over the next couple of days to really rekindle connections, to meet new sector participants, organizations, and institutions, so that ideas can find capital and move from paper to the built environment. Let us use the summit to connect, to collaborate, and to chart a bold course for the future. Together, we can turn challenges into opportunities and build a resilient, dynamic, and sustainable property sector in South Africa, in Africa. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for remaining engaged in the sector. And as the saying goes, patience is not simply the ability to wait. It's how we behave while we're waiting. So I would say the time is now. I wish you all a really productive and inspiring summit. Thank you.